Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit that bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I am using, they will be linked and located in the description box below. Now before I begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. So let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Aquarius, December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. 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 Angel and spirit guides, show us clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Ooh, 2 bonus cards. That's always nice. Okay. Let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Aquarius, December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, 4. Okay. So let's see here. We start off with holistic health, which I love at the root chakra. It's a beautiful part of you during this time to be your holistic self, your truthful self. Self-mastery with the solar plexus chakra. There's power within you that's really quite beautiful. It then leads you to soul's healing, which is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And then we have flexibility, which is the sacral chakra, which is absolutely gorgeous. So let's see here. The left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. And I'm sorry if you can hear my nephew. So let's see here. We have the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful gift from divinity. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. This then moves you to the King of Cups. So you're definitely taking this gift, Aquarius. It's a sacred gift for you. It's really quite beautiful. And this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer coming through. You have the Tower. You have the Three of Wands. The horizons are bright. You have the Page of Cups coming through. Water sign energy is astoundingly powerful for you. Now, to be honest, Aquarius, water sign energy is astoundingly powerful for you anyway. It's kind of like the first part of your name, Aqua, right? So here we have you really embracing the emotional side of things. And for you, Aquarius, if you walk away from the emotional side of things, and I know we still have one line to go, but if you walk away from the emotional side of things, you walk away from a huge part of, first of all, your power, and secondly, your truth. So here, as you embrace, as you become a king, and you're rooted in being a student, and you're crowned by having this gift come forward, you are expelling poverty from your life. You're expelling this sense of lack, which doesn't have a place in your existence anymore. So let's see the public arena. Yeah, the Nine of Swords, that makes perfect sense. With the Ace of Wands coming in, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of passion. And then we have the Six of Swords moving forward. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So we have the Eight of Wands and the King of Pentacles right here. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So let's see the people that you need to be mindful of during this time. Not mindful of. Let's see the people who will bless you, who will be aiding you. There we go. During this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Aquarius? December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. Who will be aiding Aquarius? December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we start off here with the Queen of Cups. Once again, that water sign energy coming through. This is Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Very strong, especially if you're on the cusp with Pisces. Also, if you have here, if you have water sign within your chart. Excuse me. So here, you are moving forward in your blessings. You are moving forward in love. And this person is really showing blessings and love and ruling their life astoundingly and beautifully and concretely within themselves. So here, with this energy of the Queen of Cups, there is a sense of someone really just embracing a loving heart. And they're moving forward in a sense of peace, in a sense of love, in a sense of calm. And that's going to be really what you're attracted to during this time. It's like, oh, I just want this calm. I just want this peace. I just want this sense of security and understanding and safety and brilliance. And that's what you're embracing here. And that's who's going to be inspiring you, whether you know this person in real life, whether you know this person's work is inspiring you in one way or another through media or through however the inspiration comes your way. And then we have here the Prince of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have that gift of the wands coming forward. So here, like that, knowing what to do with your passion, knowing how to move yourself forward, that's going to be something you're very attracted to. It's going to be like, oh, well, I have this idea. Well, how do I put this idea into reality? And how do I breathe this forward? And how do I have the power to come, to come into my existence, into my glory, into what is rightfully mine? And as this embraces you, and as you embrace this, you find that you move forward with speed and determination. Now, there can be times where you sit there and you're like, is this too good to be true? Am I moving forward in the right way for me? That's when you're going to have to check back in. And there's going to be this constant kind of like checks and balances during this time for you as you move forward. But that energy definitely inspires. And then you have the Capricorn energy, which if you're born on the cusp of Capricorn is going to be quite powerful because the energy will call to a very real side of you. And this is a side that's very grounded. This is a side of the world that is chaos, but it's not necessarily chaos in a bad way. It is the chaos that makes us alive. It is the chaos of existence. It's the chaos of nature. It is the chaos of human being. It's the chaos of being. And so here, it is a moving forward in a truth. And this person who moves forward, not looking at only one side of life, but looking at the complexities of life, the complexities of human nature, the complexities of what drive us, of what move us forward, of what we desire within our lives. And that's going to be something that's really quite powerful for you, because you're not looking at things one way or another. You're looking at things at a multitude of different levels. And this is where this person really speaks to you, because it's like, it's not white page or black print or, abstract drawing type of thing. It is a multitude of different harmonies, of different kind of chords coming together to make a symphony beyond realization. And that's really what you're moving towards during this time. And you have holistic health, you have self-mastery, you have soul healing, and you have flexibility. So the holistic health can be quite literally looking at a more naturopathic way of healing your life. You could be sitting there and saying, and disclaimer, absolutely no doctor, I'm not a doctor whatsoever, but this can be a sense of, this isn't working for me, this isn't what I need in my life, or this is holding me back and slowing me down. How do I move forward in a more natural, in tune with my body sort of way? And this is also living a holistically true life for you. This is saying who I am personally, spiritually, powerfully. These are my values. This is what I want for my life. And instead of sitting there and thinking, oh, this is bad, or oh, this is silly, and everybody's going to laugh and nobody's going to really get it, it's like, no, this is me. And this is powerful, and this is graceful, and this is beauty, and I get to embrace this. And this is embracing the gentler side of our beings. This is, instead of being hard and focused and determined and, all these things all the time. It's like, no, I need to be in harmony with my heart and with my soul and with myself. And as I do so, as I embrace the holistic health of me, the health of my soul, I embrace my self-mastery. I embrace who it is that I am. And I fall in alignment with my chakras, with the energy that makes me up. And it might not be like everybody else. This is your solar plexus chakra. This is your root chakra. So at your root is this healing. At the center of you, within your solar plexus, it's like, listen to your gut, listen to your soul, listen to who it is that you are. And don't think, oh, wow, that's bad, that's wrong. I mean, as long as you're coming from a place of love and respect, that's all you can do. If you come from a place, even if love is just a little bit too hard at times, if you come from a place of respect and you say, I need to walk this world with respect, first of all, for myself, and then for those around me. That's a game changer in and of itself. That changes your energy vibration so powerfully that it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't think I could walk forward this way. I didn't think this could be part of my path or my truth. And then the soul's healing that comes forward is part of that path. It's like, this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. You are being graced by energy coming forward. You are being graced by beauty and prosperity and power and love guiding you. And this is like, it's time to heal. And you're going to see a lot of this time is a time of walking away from darkness, walking away from doubts and fears and negativity, because Aquarius, one of the beautiful things about you, you're represented by the star in the major arcana. One of the beautiful things about you is that when you're in alignment with yourself, okay, when you're right, when you're on the right path, when things are going your way, you shine like the stars in the sky. And the greatest star of all is our sun, right? So here, when everything is in alignment, you shine with radiance. You are the highest form of man's perfection, even if that makes you laugh when you hear it. But there's a truth and there's a beauty and there's a way you pull people in that is exquisite. But to get to that point, to shine, you are sensitive, you are complex, you are introspective. And that can make things it can make it so much easier to slip into darkness, to slip into self-doubt, to slip into, well, why did they give me that look? And oh my gosh, that person didn't like what I said. And oh, how can I be confident? Because I know 18 million different sides to the story and they all have validity. So what makes my voice feel valuable? No, stop. Embrace the flexibility of the essence of you. This is the sacral chakra. This is where we hold a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives. And so these are the generational curses, which sounds so dramatic, which is slightly why I like it and I don't like it at the exact same time. But it makes people listen. If you say you have a generational curse, it's like, oh my goodness, what happened? But it's the sins of the father spoken onto the son, right? Spoken onto the children. So, and that's from the Bible, of course. And so here, when you're looking at yourself, you're looking at how you were raised. You're looking at the negativity that you soaked in when you were a plant growing. When you were like a plant growing and you were sucking in all that water and you were growing and it became part of the very essence of you. And here, it's moving past that. It's not saying, oh, that was irrelevant. It's saying, wow, that ran deeper than I thought. It's looking at past life self, and it's looking at certain traumas where you're like, I don't know where this came from. I don't know why I have it. And it can be doing past life work with yourself, sitting in meditation and saying, I need to follow this cord. Now, it may be very beneficial to do that with somebody else in the room or with somebody else to be able to help you if things go wrong. So here, or if things become too intense. So here you're embracing a flexibility of mind, body, spirit, and soul. You're releasing what has held you back for too long, what has made it feel like the core of you cannot move. Okay, if you have a healthy core, okay, if you have a healthy center, everything else kind of moves into being with you, and you can walk with this determination. It changes your gait and your stance and your walk and everything like that. And so here, what you're doing is you're embracing that flexibility. You're embracing the movement of your body, the movement of your soul, the movement of yourself, and you're coming out of ruts that held you for just way too long. And it can be that you're starting to see, and those ruts, it takes longer. It takes longer to heal. It takes longer to fully see and to fully comprehend and to fully be empowered. But in your inner self, we start off right here. There we go. With the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of love, handing you a gift of healing, handing you a gift that brings the pain, the hurt, the disappointment to the surface. It brings the Tower. It brings the Nine of Swords to the surface, which doesn't seem like a gift at all. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I have to live through change I never wanted. I have to see hurt and pain and disappointment that I never wanted within my life. And now I have to look at this again? You know, what the heck is this? I want to run away from it as far and as fast as humanly possible. And I get you. Oh my gosh, do I get you? But pain is your shadow. Pain is exactly like your shadow. You can never outrun it. It's always right behind you. And so the Ace of Cups brings to the surface what needs to be seen, what needs to be understood. The hurt, the pain, the disappointment that has shaped you, that has molded you like a chisel, okay? Has sculpted you like a hammer against rock, like being a forged piece of metal. And sometimes it got too hot, and sometimes you just broke. And that is okay. You know, we sit there and we say, if I break, if I hurt, if I fail, then I've failed in life. There's no redemption. And that could not be farther from the truth. That could not be farther from the truth. What you are seeing here is you are seeing the times where life got hard, when doubts became part of reality, when it was just too much. And what you're going to find is that you're releasing the power that had over you. You're releasing the darkness because it doesn't get to have a place in the brilliance of your soul. You are a star in the sky. You're the symbol of man's perfection. You're what our ancestors looked up to at night and saw these diamonds in the sky, saw these gems, this beautiful, breathtaking picture. If you go somewhere without light pollution and you look up, it's astounding. And they were awed and they were humbled and they made them into gods. They named them, they guided their paths by them, they built monuments to them. The pyramids are aligned with the stars. And here, it's cleansing your heart to be aligned with your truth. And it's looking at the prosperity that you build within your life. The Three of Pentacles. This is what you've done that's good. This is the way that you can illuminate your life with success. Will others try to take credit for it? Absolutely. Will they sit there and say, look what I did? Yeah, of course they will. Because people are jerks. And people like to take credit when they don't have to do a gosh darn thing. You have the repeat of the aces here. Okay? So this is a time of power. This is a time of determination. You have a repeat of the number 3. This is a time of divinity blessing you, of walking with you and saying, I'm here. Even when I feel so far away from you, I'm here with you. And this beauty and this light and this grace gets to walk with you, gets to guide you forward. And it's like, I've done this. Even though you might not see it as success, even though you might still be kind of questioning, finding your way, looking at how to really move yourself forward. It's like, I did this. I got this far. I got this far. And I commend me. I honor me for that journey, for that passion, for that love that guided me forward. Because The Nine of Cups is saying that there's a brilliance to you. There's also a wish being granted here. There's a brilliance to you that you yourself do not see. It's easier for everybody else to see this than it is for you. It's easier for you to sit there and say, this is what I'm working towards, and never realize that in different ways, shapes, and forms, it is coming into your life. There's beauty. There's power. And you are embracing that beauty and that power. You are embracing that brilliance. And it is exquisite. It really is exquisite. It's kind of like, turn around. It's kind of like your angels and your spirit guides are sitting there, and divinity is like, turn around and see the banquet set before you. Turn around and see all that you have achieved and all that you will achieve. And don't think of your life as lack. Think of your life as part of power, because you have the repeat of the number 9, which shows that you're coming close to a completion of a cycle, spiritually and mentally, which is where you thrive. Those are your elements. The mind, air, of course, is your element, and the heart, water, is your element. And so here, if you ignore either one of them, you feel completely out of the loop of your life. And with the 5 of Pentacles, you're done. You're done. You're rooted here with being a pauper. Well, that's where the healing comes from. Because if there wasn't pain, if there wasn't a sense of lack instead of luster, okay, then you wouldn't need to be healed. You would already have it all under control. This is the poverty of the world. This is the, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to move forward. Oh my gosh, I don't know where it is I'm going to be. I don't know how it is that I'm going to get there. I don't know. This is fear. I remember reading this one quote, and they took, the love of money is the root of all evil, right? And they changed it, and they said the lack of money is the root of all evil, because when you're desperate, you don't know what else. You don't know what exactly you would do. And that rings so true. Having, been in a situation where, or in situations where it's like you've lost everything. And you look at the world and you say, I don't know how. I don't know how I lost it all. I don't know how. I can't go any lower. And then all of a sudden, divinity's like, oh, watch, and kind of flicks you down even more. And there's a shovel, and you're like, oh my gosh, seriously? So here, it's looking at that pain, it's looking at that disappointment, it's looking at all of that. And it's saying, that doesn't get to define me. Wasn't that the song? If you're going through hell, keep on going. Because here, you get to see that there is a way forward. And it's forged in blood, sweat, and tears. It just is. It's like, I have given my all. And I have embraced my truth. And I have looked at this. And I am moving forward in determined, dedication, in like the grit and the grime of me. And that's it. And that's what you're doing, Aquarius. You're moving forward in the grit and the grime of you. Say it. I'm moving forward in the grit and the grime of me. And I'm achieving my goals. I'm not on the outside of wealth. I'm on the inside of wealth. I'm not a pauper, but I am a prince. I move forward in grace and in bounty, and my life changes. And no longer will I be stuck out in the cold, in the rain, desolate and alone, and feeling like this is it. This is all I have. Because the king comes in, and you become the king. And it sounds so odd to say that from darkness comes light, but it's so true. Because you sit there, and it's like at the darkest moment, you realize that the only person that can be controlled, within your life is you. The only thing that you can change is yourself, which sounds so trite and so condescending when you're living it. When you're sitting there and you're struggling and you're waking up and you're hitting the grind, you're giving it your all, and you seem to be getting nowhere. And it doesn't matter if it's at work, it doesn't matter if it's in your romantic relationships, it doesn't matter if it's in your dreams, of what you want to do with your life, and it's just like, oh, this is it. Like, I'm settling hard, aren't I? And the despair of that takes you over. What matters is that you see it, and you say, no more. No more. From victim to victor. It's like, I get to change this. And you are forged by the blade. So you are not the only sign, but the air signs are the only signs that are forged. They are the only weapons. And you might say, why do I need to be a weapon? Like, that's not nice. Well, I mean, that's how the world was carved, through weapons. That makes up so much of our history. And the sword, well, that is powerful. First of all, that is a sign of power. That is a sign of wealth and of standing and of abundance. It's also a great sign of skill. To hold a sword, to wield a sword, takes tremendous practice. And the water is what cools the metal to be able to be hit by the hammer, right? And so here, as you are being forged, as you are looking at everything that you want from your life and the way that you are moving yourself forward, you know that without your heart, without the power and the determination within yourself, without seeing the beauty and the grace and the bounty that is you, nothing will come of it. The metal will become brittle and everything will just keep on breaking. And you're tired of it because you have the tower right here. You have the disappointment, the pain, the hurt, the divinity pushing you so far out of your comfort zone that it's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I never wanted to live this life. I never wanted to meet people like this. I never wanted to be here. You know, what the heck? What did I ever do to you? And it's very much, it's very much like the plot of Lot, your lot in life. And in the Bible, Lot was punished because God and Satan were having this battle, this like, I bet you he won't leave. And I bet you he won't turn his back on me. And the devil was like, oh, I bet you he will. So let me throw everything at him to make him lose faith in divinity, yes, but also in himself, in everything that he's built, and everything that he dreamed of being. And that's sometimes what life feels like, doesn't it? It's like everything that you dreamt of building, everything that you dreamt of being, you watched it crumble. And Kipling talks of that when he says you stoop and build it up with worn out tools. And sometimes you're just so tired. It's like, I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. And divinity says no. But you are stronger than you imagine. And you are more than you realize. And there's a greater purpose for you than you ever thought you would walk. So embrace it. Because there is might here. There is power here. And it's yours. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing yourself take this grace. You're seeing yourself take this gift. And it purges so much. But it's so that you walk into the new year. Almost a new you. And it sounds so trite. It sounds so of course, new year, new me. It never works. But now you're seeing things more deeply. You're seeing things more honestly. You're calling yourself out, which is never fun, which is never fun to do. But it brings you power. It brings you determination. And you're looking at things and you're saying, okay, I cannot rebuild through force and through, and through will. I have to build through love, through caring, through understanding, through a gentleness, through a connection with who I am and who it is that I want to be. And that leads you to a new horizon. It doesn't matter if it's been 16 years of heartbreak and pain or disappointment or longer or 16 months. It doesn't matter. 16 days is long enough. When the tower comes and we're pushed out of our comfort zone, it's so that we see the new horizon coming. And sometimes for us to see that, it takes so long. It takes so long because it's not a path that we would have chosen for ourselves. I know if I got to choose my path, it would be a path of like royalty. That would be nice. Just have everything come your way and sit back and relax. But that's not how life worked. And that's not how life is. And so here it's to see the horizon that this change is moving you towards, to see the power that is guiding you forward, to see what you had to learn through the hurt, through the pain, through the disappointment, through the anger, through the upset, through the upheaval. And it's like, this is where I stand now, isn't it? Because this is the death and the rebirth. And that's what we do. We have who we once were. And that's where the nightmares come from. Because it's almost like, I don't think I'm going to be strong enough to be who it is that I want to be. And who I once was gets to rule who I am. And a lot of times we weren't strong enough. If you just think of a little baby, right? When that baby is born, they're like a blob. They can't do anything. And it's overwhelming and it's terrifying. They can't even hold up their own head. And then all of a sudden, one day you turn around and it's like, they're walking around, they're getting into everything. They're learning so fast that you can barely even comprehend it. And you're like, how did you go from blob to a being in and of yourself? That's what we're doing here. It's like, how do I go from the person that I once was? From, the wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, I'm going to conquer the world person. And it's scientifically proven that once we hit failures, once we hit hardships and pains and disappointments, which is what the real world gives us. It doesn't give us, lollipops and gumdrops. It gives us, people talking behind our backs. And it gives us, going after that job and not getting it. And it gives us people who we really like who don't like us. And it's like, man, it's one disappointment after another after another. how do we walk away from that? How do we stop that from being reality? Aquarius, it is by you saying, I have learned so much. I see my truth. And that doesn't sound right. What it is it's first getting mad. That's the first part. Okay, it's getting mad. And it's saying, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And then it's saying, what the heck can I do otherwise? What's the other option? And it's going to be different for each and every person because nobody's exactly the same at all. But then you start to see your horizon. Okay, you start to see, and you start to look at, maybe write it down, talk it out, see what it is that you're good at. To have that conversation with your angels. Have that conversation with somebody. Find somebody and sit there and say, what are my strengths? What is it, that people feel drawn to about me? Is it kindness? Like, can you make a career out of kindness? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's bringing that kindness as a message to the world. How do you do it? How do you move forward? It's seeing new horizons come. It's looking at things and saying, what are my gifts? What is it that I desire? Because if you never hit this chaos, if you never hit this pain, this disappointment, this being pushed out of your comfort zone, you would never have looked and you would never find this new pathway to follow, this new star in the sky, this new dawn, the sun rising, the star rising, you rising. And it brings you to being a student of your heart. It brings you to sitting there and saying, well, if I make agreements of life through my heart, through my love, through my soul, through myself, where can that get me? How can that move me forward? And it's not simply being emotional, because if you meet a person who's just fully emotion all the time, they're chaos. If you meet a person who's fully logic all the time, they're too structured. There's like a rigidity to them that is not appealing. You need right in the middle. You need to sit there and say, okay, emotionally I feel this. Logically I need this. How do I mush these two together? How do I make this move forward? Not like a salad, not like you have these separate parts, but kind of like a soup, all melding together, all the tastes, all the tastes melding together. And then it brings you to the 9 of Swords. It brings you to your heartbreak, your pain, your disappointment, your nightmares. And you sit there and you're like, no more. It might be painful to climb out of them, most definitely, but you don't get to be ruled by them. Blood, sweat, and tears pulls you away. It's like, no more does my reality get to be ruled by my fear. Period. End of discussion. And as you make that claim, as you tell your mind this, and as you say, I understand. My mind does not know the difference between reality, okay, what I'm living, and what I'm thinking about. So if you're living and you're doing your best and you're moving forward and you're constantly worrying, your mind doesn't know that everything's not going to be falling apart. Your mind doesn't know that you're safe because you're constantly worrying. You're constantly, looking towards the future or thinking of the past and trying to work things out and trying to change what happened, but you can't. First of all, you don't know the future. Okay, nobody truly does, because divinity has plans that we just can't see. And you can't change the past because that's set in stone. And so here you move in the present, but you have to be in the present. And it moves you to the Ace of Wands. It moves you to looking at your passion and looking at your creativity and looking at the essence of you and saying, I'm a gift. Not in that weird way that people say, like, I'm a gift. Look at all this that I am. In that way of saying, but I am. I'm powerful and I'm me, and there's nobody else quite like me. And I get to be in love with my life and in love with myself. And this is the reason I get out of bed in the morning. And this is my passion and this is my truth. And then you set sail. Here, it's leaving behind the doubts and the fears and what would poke holes in your boat. And then it moves you to finding that balance between the spiritual and the earthly plane, between what you want from your life and what everybody expects of you. But it also here says you have to balance yourself. Because how long can you stand on tiptoe? How long can you try to be and balance everything else and forget about yourself? What are your emotions? What is your truth? What do the waters say? What do your emotions say? There's also going to be a bit of time here, Aquarius, where you're going to get some of your best ideas, like either taking a bath, taking a shower, watching the rain fall, something like that, blessing your water, charging your water, and drinking it. There's going to be something here that brings forward blessings. It has to do around water. That just has to be said. It can be, going to a lakeside or the seaside. And it brings you to the Eight of Wands. Things then start to change. And it's like, ready or not, here it comes. You have the Tower, you have the Eight of Wands. There's change coming in, hits you right in between the eyes. And it makes you the king of prosperity. It brings you to your bounty. It has you seeing connections you never saw before. It has you seeing bounty that was overlooked, absolutely overlooked. And it has you planting seeds of greatness. Let's go deeper. Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, 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 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. And let's see here. The people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Aquarius needs to be mindful of? December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aquarius. Who are the people Aquarius needs to be mindful of? December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Aquarius. Who are the people Aquarius needs to be mindful of? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is going to be a person whose might equals right. And this is a person, I mean, just absolutely what Spirit is showing. It's kind of like a lion's roar. They yell. They have a tendency to use their voice. Either they just speak over you and speak over you and speak over you, and you're like, oh my goodness, stop. It is really going to frustrate you. There's this sense of being drowned out. There's this sense of being overpowered. And it's like, enough is enough. You're done. You're absolutely done. You are actually beyond the realms of done. Now, this could be from the past. This could be a person's voice in your head that always drowns out what it is that you want as you're moving forward. This could be from your present. This could be, you know, just somebody who likes to yell, who likes the sound of their own voice. And you're like, It's not even the sound, of their own voice. It's yelling. It's manipulating through this brute force power. And then we have the Death card. We have the dying away of, we have the Scorpio energy, which is October 23rd to November 21st. And this is the dying away of the old self, you know, a rebirth of the new energy. But this is a person who refuses to change. They refuse to change. They stay just as they are. And it is a person who needs to evolve. They need to move forward. And so you're going to be very drawn to this person in a way, because you're going to sit there and think, oh, I can help you move forward. Like, I can totally help you with this. And then what just happens, it's like devastation, loss, heartbreak, pain, disappointment. It all gets thrown at you. And you're like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't walk down that road. I can't have that pain be my reality. And then it moves you to the Lord, which is Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. This is, again, somebody who likes to rule, who likes to dictate over, to say, you know, this is my truth, this is my fire, my passion, and it has to be yours. And oh no, you are just not into that even a little bit. And you might be very drawn to this person because, in a sense, they might say, oh, I really want to heal, or I really want to move forward this way, or on this journey of self-exploration and discovery, and they're just angry and bitter, and that's all they bring forward, this anger, this bitterness, and you're like, you haven't evolved at all. Like, I can see that. Oh my goodness, you know? It's like, oh my goodness. The Four of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Eight of Wands, you're moving forward, which is glorious. The Eight of Swords, the mind gets you again. The Six of Swords, still moving forward. The Four of Swords, honoring everything that you've been through. We have the Four of Cups, divinity is handing you a gift. The Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely moving forward in celebration. You're taking it in. It's like, this is who I am. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is me celebrating me. And I have to leave something behind. You are ending a stage in your life. You are walking into a new season. And it's like, oh, it's about time. It's about time. And it doesn't mean that it has to always be, you could be walking into a winter, which means it's a time of meditation, it's a time of contemplation, it's a time where maybe everything doesn't look beautiful all the time, but then you have those snow days and you watch the snow flurry down, or you have those days where you're cuddled by the fire and you're sipping cocoa or tea or coffee, and you're like, this is good. I'm in a cozy sweater and life is good. If you're in the southern hemisphere, maybe you're outside and you're like, when the heat breaks, when the winter comes, it'll be good, but I get to enjoy this moment now. It doesn't matter which season that you are in. It matters that you see the beauty of that season, and you see and you honor the grace of this time, because you have here the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is taking this healing and taking everything that you've learned that's illuminating you, and it's saying, this is my grace, this is my power, this is my prosperity, this is the foundational aspect for which I'm building my life off of. This is a celebration of self and of soul and of beauty and of understanding, and it's moving forward. It's moving towards what you greatly desire. It's, again, moving towards that new horizon, understanding the blessings that are around you and that you have so beautifully earned. As you walk out of despair, out of poverty, you have this sense of divinity guiding you, this sense of, you know what, hurry up, let's go. Like, you're being moved. You're walking through the gateway into grace, mentally, spiritually, personally. Do be mindful, because the mind will come in, all right, through that tower time, because you've known you've either known more hardship, okay, and why Spirit had me trip that up is that it can also be that you remember more hardship than you do blessings. And so here, you get pulled back. It's like, look at the cage that you're in. Look at the way that you've always failed. Look at the disappointments that have always happened, and you have to stop it. You have to stop that mindset, because it's not always. It's not always. This doesn't get to be your forever, or that hardship, you don't get to go back to it. It's like, no, I'm moving forward. And I've left that so far behind. I left that so far behind that it can't touch me anymore. It doesn't get to be what defines me. My failures, my disappointment, my disabilities, it doesn't get to be what defines me. My heartbreaks, my pains, my despair, it doesn't get to be my anthem of my life. No, there's greater things out there for me, and I'm moving towards them. And it's breaking that cage. It's saying, I'm not caged in. It just feels that way because I can't see anything but my own mind. I need to take off the blindfold. I need to embrace my blessings, and I need to move forward. I need to move forward towards that new horizon, taking my knowledge, taking my wisdom with me, and honoring, as I am a student of my heart, honoring all the pain that I have been through, hardships, disappointments, despairs. It's like, instead of sitting there and saying, oh, I'm never going to let that side of my life come through ever again, it's like, no, I honor you. And I honor that you may come up. You may come up and you may have that hurt come forward. And like, let's say you go from having no money to having money, and you make a big purchase. Your first reaction is going to be like, oh my goodness, what did I just do? That's so foolish. And then you have to reel yourself back. It's like, oh no, I'm safe. Stop. One day you won't have to do that. One day you'll be like, I'm good. I don't even remember not being good. But until you get to that point, there's this instantaneous panic. It's kind of like if you've been through a really bad relationship, or you've had a really bad relationship with somebody, and you meet somebody, and there's that initial panic. It's like, oh my gosh, what if they're just like? It's like, no, I stop. I honor that pain, okay, because that gave me wisdom, because that gave me compassion, that has me understanding things that maybe I never wanted to understand, but now I do. And I move forward, not bringing my past into my present. And that's a huge part of your heart right here, because your heart right now, as we go deeper, is all connected to the mind. Because if you're going to be crowned by the king of the heart, and you're going to be rooted by the student of the heart, you need to understand your mind, and how what has affected you emotionally is also affecting you mentally. And then it brings you to the meditation of the gift that is coming to you from divinity. Now, this gift is not going to be what you expect. It's not going to be wrapped all pretty. You're going to actually sit there and think, this is the gift? Like, seriously? This isn't what I wanted. And it's going to be so plain. I used to see the Four of Cups as a gift being given as this ornate, beautiful thing. But I was meditating on this card more and more. And now I see it as this plain, hand-carved wooden bowl. can even be like handmade of clay. And you're like, it doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like a bowl that you'd pick up or anything that you'd sit there and say, oh wow, that's exquisite. But it is going to be exquisite for you. It is going to hold the gift because it's what's inside that matters. It's the gift that you are taking in you that matters, not the gift in and of itself. And you're going to be really focused on this way of moving forward, this way of looking at things, and this changes it. And this moves you out of the nightmares into the blessings. And you're walking away. You're walking away from what you once thought was your truth. You're walking away from what you once thought you loved. You're walking away from so much that just doesn't fit anymore. And it's like you're shedding a cloak. You're shedding a period in your life that you're not living anymore. The hurt and the pain of it, because it was so intense, it resonates through. But that's where we honor it. And we work slowly and gently to move ourselves from that like web of despair, from being caught in that web. And we're unraveling it piece by piece. It's a lifelong journey. Of course it is. But is it worth it? Absolutely. Because it moves you to celebration. It moves you to finding that balance, getting to balance yourself first. Instead of saying, oh, I get to balance everything else for everybody, and I don't get to balance me. It's like, no, I get to balance me. I get to celebrate me. I get to rejoice in me. I understand there is pain. I understand there is disappointment. But I get to move forward in celebration and grace, not despair and heartbreak. And then it moves you to your spirit animals. Aquarius, December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we have here, and we start with the crow spirit. Co-create with spirit. Spirit is working with you. So often we forget it. So often we think, I'm in this all by myself. And it can be that you feel like you are at times, most definitely. But if you connect to divinity, if you connect to your spirit guides, if you connect to your angels, somehow it feels like the load that you're carrying on your shoulders is lifted. It feels like, oh wow, I can really move forward. I can really embrace me, or I can start to see me. And so here, it's having that connection. It's co-creating with divinity. It's co-creating with spirit. It's journaling it out. It's talking it out. It's believing in dreams. It's looking at yourself as more than you are right now. And more than you've dreamed of being. It's like you open up the doors and you say, I'm letting you guide me. I don't exactly always know where this is going to take me. And at times I'm going to be resentful. I'm not going to like it because, as Dostoevsky says, as we create our paradise, we also pop it because we don't like paradise. We sit there and we're like, this is utopia, but it's wrong. Because once we achieve it, we push ourselves further. We push ourselves further. That's what human beings do. So even when you achieve all that you have ever strove for, gone for, there we go, you will pop that bubble and you will strive for something more. So here, let spirit be your guide. Co-create your existence with divinity. And then we have the cow spirit because the miracles are endless. We like our miracles to be big and fleshy and very much kind of like Kardashian-esque, right? Just everybody knows about it, it's over the top, and everybody gets to look at it. Our miracles aren't always that. They just aren't. Life isn't always that. Our miracles start small. It starts with opening your eyes in the morning. It starts with running water. It starts with heat or air conditioning. It starts with the small things. Or it starts with the windows being opened. It starts with the birds singing. It starts with, being able to boil the kettle. It starts with little things. And then they build. And each aspect of life gets to be a miracle and should be treated as a miracle. Sometimes we overlook it and we get caught up in everything and it's like, oh my gosh. But it is all a miracle. They're not the miracles that we want, and they're not the big fleshy ones, but they're all miracles. So start honoring them because they're endless. They really are endless. And then it brings you to the bat spirit. Rebirth is assured. Because if you live a life of miracles, which is much nicer to say than I live a life of hardship, pain, and disappointment, I live a life of frustration. But if you live a life of miracles, a rebirth is assured. A rebirth into the glory of yourself is assured. The glory of creation, the glory of life, of being. Your subconscious chakra message, spirit animal, not chakra, spirit animal message is the panther spirit. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power, Aquarius. It is great. It is beyond the realms of mighty. It is purposeful. It is brilliant. And it is exquisite. It is exquisite. Claim that power. It's hard to see. Panthers are hard to see by nature, right? Aren't panthers just like black leopards? I think I read that somewhere. But they're hard to see. They move in the shadows so much better. Claim that power. Even though at times it can be hard for you to see it, it can be hard for others to see it. But claim that power of spirit, to reclaim the power of you, the essence of you. Your subconscious chakra message is play, the heart chakra. Let joy, let play, let laughter into your life. It's going to be so beneficial. And you can get so caught up in everything else, Aquarius, that you don't. It's like, no, let this play in. Then we have your subconscious person message, the Prince of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving towards your prosperity, moving towards your bounty. You're going to want to go faster at times. You're going to get frustrated with how slow it is. Don't let frustration rule you. Slowly and steadily, moving forward to the bounty that you greatly desire. Your subconscious tarot message is the Two of Cups. Healing, beautiful love, guiding you forward, gracing you, blessing you. The Minor Arcana Lover's card. It brings you to your subconscious, to going deeper into your subconscious. With the Five of Wands. Don't let chaos, for the sake of chaos, take away your healing, take away your blessings. It is time to move forward. It really is. External chaos, internal chaos. It's like, no, I've had enough. It is time to move forward in peace and in blessings. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as you change your world, as you walk into a new season of blessings, as the power of divinity, of your angels, of miracles walk with you, and as you are graced profoundly and beautifully, as this changes so much and brings back the exquisite. Take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius.